Well, good day there, boys and girls. Welcome back to another episode of Traplines and Inlines. It's not a bad day up in the bush here today. You know, we're up at camp here. Only thing is, it was damn windy today, guys. You know, but she's blowing in warm weather. You know, she was minus 30 last night. Looks like it's gonna get warmed right up here. It's gonna be cold again, and you know, it's been a hell of a winter. Very cold, lots of wind, lots of snow. But we're up at camp here, just giving her, guys. This one should be a blast. Let's get right at it. Do I ever love coffee? Now, in the winter here, I don't use my electric coffee machine because the power's short, you know, from our solar. There's just so much less sun. Now, I had bought about 5 or 6 of these glass French presses, and they all had the same fate, which was hitting the floor. Clumsy, I guess I am. All the same, it didn't make any sense to buy any more of them, so I got this stainless steel one here now. It's kind of stupid with this here thing, but I sure like it. A little more expensive, but it's probably all in the name of a good financial decision with how many of them damn things I broke. Like, Jesus. And I'll show you what's going on here late winter up in the bush, you know. It's a pretty rough winter. We're just trying to give her. Kind of annoyingly windy today. Hopefully I can keep this camera out of the wind, but otherwise it's not too bad out here. So one of the big annoying parts about having this much snow is everything's just buried here and ugly. You know, I can't find anything. I'm over there looking for things, cardboard boxes or wood or whatever. It's underneath so much damn snow. Like, we got more snow than we've had for as long as I can remember. Now, not only that, but it's also been raining stupid and melted and froze on the bottom. So right now, I'm entertaining myself, chopping these panels out of the ground, and it's not my favorite. Some kind of work. A little hard on the axe, but that's work. So this isn't quite ideal, actually, guys. I'm working on my sled here. Now, the problem I have here is this is just not quite right. It just hasn't been quite right. First I countersunk them, and then that way the heads of the bolts wouldn't wear on this puck board. But then they were ripping out. Then I tried to reinforce it with bigger bolts, and the real problem I have right now, if you look at this back of this sled in a second, is that I'm driving this thing a lot with a lot of weight in it, particularly because I'm hauling water, and I'm right now actually driving it through a stretch of gravel, which is not good. Like, it's just tearing the fuck out of this thing. I'm without a drill, so I am in fact using a die grinder to drill these holes. But you know, she works, so whatever. But you know, this just seems to me in every way a pain in the ass. Like, it's just not quite right. The puck board's getting tore up. I'm ripping it out. I fixed it a time or two already. I think it's a make work project, so I have to make my mind up on it. But like, look at this, guys. It's just brutal. I got some grade 8 bolts here I'm adding. Looks like I'm gonna need a deep socket. But I'm gonna add these here. It's still not ideal. I wouldn't want to tighten this one down much more. Should add some more strength. The ass end of it here wears the most, and especially on these outside pieces, because they're the ones that are sliding. So, well, there she be. I'd even try something different, but at least the bottom of my sled's not getting chewed up. You know, it's a $600 sled. Well, guys, I'm just getting ready to leave here. Now, I'm really excited. I got some exciting things I got in the mail here and making the trip out anyway. Now, so I can't wait to show you guys. The thing here is, it's really tricky. Like, I'm accessing my camp right now by Skidoo. That's all fine and dandy, except it's not. It just sucks. It really does. I don't mind ripping on the Skidoo or loading the Skidoo or whatever. What it really ends up taking the time is I have to be so prepared all the time. Everything has to be gassed up. Everything when I leave the camp, every time. The chickens have to be set up for a few days. I have to have everything set up here so it doesn't freeze up. I have to make sure my faucet is drained, my water jugs aren't freezing, my batteries are going to be fully charged and not freezing, because that's what it is. Like, it could be any time here. I can't get in a couple days. I have to prepare everything to freeze. I have to make sure I have every single thing in my sled ready to go and fueled up and everything top-notch service. So that's what ends up taking the time, because believe me, as soon as I leave this camp and I have my batteries or low charge, freeze up, or water jugs freeze up. It's just that's how it goes. It ends up taking me a fuck of a long time, and I don't mind the work, except like tonight. I got places to be, and I'm not getting there on time, I'll tell you that. But I'm definitely always organized, you know, every time I get a chance to haul out garbage or shit I don't need here or whatever. You know, I'm just on it, and I gotta be. So I've been running these Scepter water jugs, and I have to haul all these in, right? So I hauled 4 of these 20-liter jugs. That's a lot of weight in my sled. I had a real hell of a time the one day after it blew again. Like, all that weight, it was hard to make sure it didn't get stuck. It's just nasty out there. Anyway, right now I'm leaving. It's quite possible things freeze up in here. It's cold, and I'm gonna be gone a minute. So I got all these, had to drain them down so that they're not full enough they don't freeze. I don't like to do that, but I just brought these 3 up here. I don't want to have to let them freeze or dump them and bring them up again tomorrow. Okay, so that's one thing. I also got to make sure I have jugs that are empty, so I have water when I come back here if it is frozen. That's all drained out so it's not frozen. And then I come upstairs here and it's a bit of a mess, but fuck it. And you see here, like, I got to make sure my inverter is turned off so my cell phone booster isn't drawing power. Batteries are up on charge. Shaping up to be a beauty a day after the wind fucked clean off, but still. Sure been a brutally cold winter though. I can't remember a colder one. Like, it's just been crazy. You know, it's 40 below, you wake up, it's +1. It's been the tale of this winter. All 4 seasons, one day. Bought these on Amazon. Got 2 pairs. Does that ever make it ripping 90 clicks down the grid road a lot nicer? Now let me tell you guys, I bought 2 of these because I knew I was going to scratch them up. And you know what? Fucking, while I'm at it here talking, finishing this coffee, one of these days I'm going to fucking hit a moose going 90 clicks, and that's going to suck something silly. Like, that's going to be my day. Because I just fucking fly. If you got over 15 kilometers to Skidoo, I'm not going slow. Finally, let's get going. So what I mean, guys, always prepared. This belt just decided to go a little bit fucky. She's clanking around. Thank God I got a new one under the seat. Ready to go. Made in Japan. Only 2,000 clicks on her. She blew. Just getting back to camp here, you guys. You know, getting the fires going. Get her heated back up in here. I sure like my midnight rides through the bush, actually. You know, you're out here, it just feels like you're the only one out here all the time. But, you know, especially at night, you know, everyone's sleeping. It really feels like it's, you know, it's just me. It's fucking right on. I love it. But you got to be damn careful. Like today, you know, like I'm hauling a lot of weight and there's so much snow. You really got to be paying attention, actually. Fuck. The other day, stuck with COVID like a son of a... in the real rankest drift. Had a couple 100 pounds of weight. Oh my God, man. She was 6-7 foot high. Not even shitting ya. And I had to shovel the side of this drift out. It was fucking brutal. It was brutal. Busy day today, you know, I was getting lots of shit. I spent a ton of money, but I got a lot of cool things and I'm sure fucking fired up about tomorrow. It's too damn late for me to get into a lot of this shit, but I'll show you. Like, there is a lot of weight in this sled and I've been dragging it down gravel. Okay, yeah, look at the kinds of stuff I got in here. I got fuel, 2 water jugs. Look, I got all bunch of stuff in these bags I picked up today. I'm just fired up about all kinds of right on shit in here, guys. It really is. And denim danger. Fucking A right. Yeah, I can't wait. But all that's for tomorrow. I got a whole bunch of steel in there too. You'll see why in a bit. And then everything that's valuable, books, camera, right on here, because there's a lot better suspension on the Skidoo. Not getting fucking mangled around, hey? So I just throw over like that, works good. Tie her up. So okay guys, so we're ripping down a few hot chocolates here. She's pretty late in the day. I'm far too tired to get into what I'm excited to show you about. We're gonna rip tomorrow. Man, that Skidoo's loaded up with deadly shit. Fuck, I was just on one today. Anyway, I've been looking with interest at the log building stuff and researching it, and it's been fun. I've done quite a bit of searching around. What I got here is a lot of books here that are older and stuff in my bookshelf, more simplistic, but I really needed to find a good handbook, and this has been my favorite. I'm reading it the second time over. It's by Robert Chambers, and you read this book and you can tell you're dealing with someone who is, you know, a master of the craft, and it's a really well written book. I'm really enjoying it. Another one is Alan Mackey, is also a really good one. Like another guy, you read the book, you don't even have to know that much to know is, you know, you're dealing with a master of the craft. This one I found really easy to read, hey? It's just well done. And then there's a supplementary series of these log cabin secrets. I bought this one, Superior Methods, was really good. I really enjoyed that one. So much so that I bought the other 3. I'm excited for this one, Log Home Design Stairs Special Notches. I'm going to enjoy. And then these 2 are on miter joinery, which is, I think, less applicable to me. I don't think I'll get as much out of them as I got out of them ones, were really a lot, but I think it's still very beneficial. So I'm excited to read those. Now, to take it a step further, I also bought the boxed, CDs, 5 hours. Really getting a good visual here. I'm going to enjoy watching these. Going to do that while I'm too tired to do fuck all else. I think with all these supplements, it's really going to drive it home. I'm excited. I'm enjoying it. To buy this thing though, to play them. Let's get it ripping. Okay guys, so I don't know what happened here, but this stupid prick, no audio, and I already forget what I said. Anyway, we're hammering the bush coffees here, you know, we're getting it in us, but this is what I was definitely excited for, you know, I was so excited. And what I picked up here was this little flux core welder there. You know, I used to just love welding, you know, when we did it in shop class and stuff. It was a lot of fun for me. I didn't have the biggest understanding of the different sorts of welding and applications, but fuck did I ever just love sitting there and laying beads down. Like, it was fun. Anyway, I'd been meaning to get back into it, and, you know, like, I'm able to do so many things, fixing and building and whatever else. Felt like a real weak spot not having a welder and having not welded for a long time there. So I was pretty excited when I all of a sudden, out of the blue, you know, usually I think about these things for a while, but she was just a sudden decision. I said, I'm going to get a welder. So I bought this little Flux Core 90 from Century. It's pretty good, but it's not too expensive. And I figured it'd be a damn nice little tool for all the different miscellaneous shit. Like, you know, you can fab up quite a bit of shit. It's simplistic. I don't got to deal with MIG gas or this or that or whatever else. I don't know too much about it. Fuck no, I don't. But just a beauty little machine. Didn't cost much. Thought it would be, you know, a good, simplistic approach to a lot of all-around things that I had and do it on a pretty good budget there. I bought this thing off from Home Depot for about 350 bucks to my door, so it's not bad. You can even buy them a hell of a lot cheaper than that, but this one is Century, so it should be pretty decent. So I'm ripping it out here. Just a little thing. I couldn't believe how small it was. There are my instructions. Like to flip through them, know what's going on, otherwise I usually fuck something up. There's my ground clamp. That's some power cord there. And then the gun and shit is on the other side. There's a little strap that goes on there. You can carry her just like no problem. You know, it only weighs like 15 pounds or something stupid. And it doesn't use a whole bunch of power, so I figured I could run it just straight off my little generator. And then on the back here is your power button, and there's a fan on there too or whatever. The top kind of folds open. Then there's two settings on the front here. One's your voltage, basically your heat really, and your other one's your wire feed speed, which are all adjustable to what size metal you're welding on or whatever. So I figured I got this welder figured out pretty good, and I'm so excited to start laying some weld. Pork chops and rice for dinner tonight, guys. A beauty, no doubt. Holy hell, honestly, guys, did I ever spend money yesterday. Got in there and, you know, there's so many things I needed. It was unbelievable. So I've been running this oil in my Skidoo. And when it's 40 below, and when I try and pour that into there, it hardly comes out of the bottle. So I got this synthetic stuff, and I think it's going to make all the difference in the world. But fuck is it expensive. Brutally cold winter though, eh? This plate I'm going to do my welding on. And that'll be for my testing. Also I got, you see I picked up the angle iron, was on sale. Shop towels. This is my wire for my welder. We'll get that set up in a second. New thing for the chainsaw I broke. Fix that later on. There's stones for my my die grinder I just bought. I'll show you that too. It's a new one. This drill is fucked. Probably gotta fix it. These are just cheap piece of shit, but thought I'd give it a whirl. Lighters are on sale. I always have 2 lighters on me at all times. Never less than 2 Bic lighters. And I can always start a fire. Never freeze. To our welding shit here. Fuck yeah. I got this. The fuck is that even called? A couple wire brushes came with it. Was the best deal. Got an assortment of magnets. A couple more grinding discs. Where the real good deal was on this is on sale. There's 50 cutoff wheels here. So, and it was 30 bucks. It's a pretty good deal. I actually tried to buy decent quality grinding discs. because I've had them come apart enough, like especially these cutoff wheels, like you usually buy DeWalt or whatever. This is Mastercraft Canadian Tire, which happens to be about as hit or miss as they come. So I'll let you know if I put one of these through my forehead. Fuck, I hate those. Nice way to store them too, eh? Sick. Going to get the fur out of here. These coyotes haven't been drying because there's no sense keeping the fire going if, for other reasons. Just let them dry when I'm working in here. So I bought some welding gloves. $20. Good ones. And I mean, check out this helmet. One thing I did, I spent, like, this is pretty good. Like, Century, that's Lincoln, right? Like, fuck do I know, who knows? But I got the sickest pets helmet I found in that store. Like, no shit I did. I really did. So I'm just mangling the fuck out of the packaging here. So I did end up going and buying a Lincoln helmet. I wanted a decent helmet. I didn't want no Mastercraft piece of shit actually on this one. Like, I wanted something good. Now, like, I nearly spent 2/3 on this helmet. I did the welder, for fuck's sake. The thing is though, I really wanted a deadly one. We got extra lenses, owner's manual. I tried to make a habit of reading that fucking thing, because the odd time you learn something. But not only did I get the deadliest one, I got the deadliest design one too. Look at that beauty. Look at that beauty, is just a deadly one. Fuck yeah, it is. So we'll get all this shit opened up, figure everything out, get the welder set up, start chooching her. Okay, this is fun, guys. And by no means do I really know what I'm doing here. I'm just ripping like I have some kind of idea. It's not even something I researched too much. But got my plate, it's clamp on there good. I'm going to clamp that here. I got the wire fed through, my helmet set to the right settings, everything ready to go. I'll rip open the windows here. I don't have a welding table, right? So I'm just going to put it here and fuck around here until need be. So I got all this shit here. If I could go out and a lot of this stuff too, I'd have more room. Maybe I even build a welding table. But I figured out how to feed it. One thing I don't have a clue. I got her fed all the way through my wire. What I do not have a clue is the tension I want this at. So I'm going to have to play around with this here in a second. So fire up the generator and get her feeding. Our current approach is definitely along the lines of somehow let's see how the fuck she goes and hope for the best. Oh, I gotta get her ventilating in here. I've never welded with one of these guns before. Like ever. So that's gonna be an experiment. I should have those unwrapped, but I don't really feel like it. Like, never ever have I. Remember what I'm forgetting? I don't fucking know. Hey, that's cool. I got her way too long though, fuck it. The first one, she's gonna be some kind of stupid ugly. Well, I'm welding something. But I do believe I blew a breaker. Hopefully my generator's got enough chooch, otherwise it's pretty miserable. Got some welding done here going now, boys. Oh, what the fuck. You can see me here, I was just fucking around some. Okay, I had a whole nother kind of fun with that here for a second. The only dilemma is here, and I made a mistake somewhere when I looked through this and calculated it, but I'm not running this on my I'm working it harder than a $2 hooker, but the thing is here, I thought I could run this. I probably did some dumbass shit like confuse surge on that generator with, you know, something just very basic. Now this has got a 1 to 10 scale on wire feed and also on voltage, if you will. So, you know, I had her up there at the 9 and I was welding, but I flipped that breaker, I had to dial her back to a 5 and I could run her at a 5, but I'm still working her hard. It's just not quite right. I'm not going to be able to utilize the full potential of that with the generator I have. That's not too big of a deal. Like, I don't want to buy another generator. Like, that little generator is just a faithful old cheap piece of shit that just keeps going, and I love her. But if I ever did buy another one, it would definitely be bigger. And but running it just off mains, like just any electrical plug-in, you know, you're good. So if can't use it here, you know, I got work to do on my truck, I can't do it here anyway. So it's right on though. Like, I had a stupid amount of fun, and it's right on. I don't really even have anything I plan on building right now. I just know it's gonna be so damn useful and fun, and I'm glad to. It's a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. With my workstation and computers and hard drives and phone chargers, camera chargers, everything, I get left with a mess of fucking cords the whole way. So I'm trying to figure that out, because I just can't stand that shit. It's brutal. Ran that extension cord to my inverter. Got this little rig here set up, and I'm gonna try and hide all my cords so it's much less clutter and tangle and tripping over shit, and down she goes. That's much better. I got my hard drive there, and then my things just come up. There's not a whole bunch of slack. It's all efficient. Okay, guys. Here's my beauty saw, as you know. I love her. Now, the other day I was being a jackass. Well, not really, but I flipped my fucking skidoo over, and then this here went with her. As I had it on that mount there on my skidoo, well, that was all fine and dandy till I tipped it over, and of course it landed on that brake, and I don't really like it like that. So we'll quickly get this replaced. You know, it's a nothing job, but fuck me if this thing is ever not worth the $50 I paid for it. That's insane. The truth is, where you can really get into trouble money-wise with this kind of shit is with like stuff like chainsaws and power sports is the fucking worst, because they really don't got any aftermarket stuff, or you know, it's all highly specialized and changes so frequently and likely heavily patented. Whereas you get into like 25-year-old truck parts, like I can literally buy parts for my truck cheaper than my quad. And same with this shit. Like, the markup is just fucking insane. Like, I paid way too much money for this. Power sports, that's a fucking great way to go broke. There, that looks a lot better now, don't it? Or check it's working. Take two. So yeah, guys, these are really good. This has been lived up to my expectations, and I had big expectations because all this is just well done. It's well thought out. It's very informative, and it's structured well. Like, it's easy to go through. All his work has been exceptionally good. I highly recommend, honestly. Now, let me tell you guys, I've been doing a lot of this kind of thing lately. A lot of research, a lot of this kind of sit at the computer, look at things, read books. And let me tell you, it's never been more clear to me than it is now how important it is for me to have, like, good physical labor in the day. Because I do this for a couple days, like, I can't. Like, I gotta be outside. You know, I still am, and I still got work to do and little things, but not enough. Like, I totally need that stimulation in a way, like that physical labor, out in the cold, you know, working, not just, like, I could never work it out, never, ever, ever. Like, I want to be doing something, like, real proper work. Like, I sit here too long, feel just weak. It bothers me. I gotta get it going here, so I don't know. But it's so hard, man, like, what I want to do, I don't know. It's so much thinking. So much thinking all the time. But anyway, it's late winter here, and I can't wait for the winter to fuck off. Like, I don't mind winter, but it's late February here, but we got a lot of winter left, actually, before the snow fucks off. And then I can bring my truck up here and do actual work, and, you know, it'll be so much better. Like, it's just not quite right. It's not quite very efficient. And it's like the biggest pain in the ass is having stuff so far away sometimes, too. Like, all my tools and stuff are up here, as they should be. But, like, right now I got a ball joint. It's blown on the 12 valve. Well, I got to haul these tools over to the bush here on my Skidoo. What really irritates me is, you know, you put them in the sled and they bounce around, and it's hard on my shit. And I don't like that. It's just hard to coordinate and plan everything, or ever have to go anywhere. You know, it's just kind of a pain in the ass. So I'm excited for the winter to be over, actually. But we're making out just fine, and life's good, but got to get it figured out. Anyway, guys, that's it and all for me here today. Thought it would be a fun little video to make and show you what I'm up to. And we'll get some more videos of this sort probably coming up here real soon. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. All the best to everybody.